Man, Baker, I have a package for you.
Oh, what is this? Thank you, sir. Oh, this is a Galaxy S3, but this is the international Galaxy S3. I'm Governor Bacon now.
Oh, well, Governor, I haven't seen it.
It's Galaxy S3 unboxing time. Oh, yeah.
Good day, little chap.
I hope you got that. Now that I'm back up in the office, it's unboxing time, friends. Here's the Galaxy S3. This is the international version of the popular device. This is the one we saw in London. If you watched our hands-on coverage from the event on May 3rd, this is the international build. Although, interestingly enough, you know, we look at at least the preview pictures of the ones that are coming to the US, they still have that physical home button. So super cool. You know, historically, we've seen it switch to capacitive buttons. You're like, blah, 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 Aaron, get to the unboxing video. And that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm really excited about this. I gotta give a shout out to Negri Electronics online. They pulled through for me. I've been waiting for this device for days from another provider. I reached out to Negri, they had it, overnighted this bad boy to us. So special thanks to them. You can get this from them if you're like, you just can't wait for that US version. Hit up their site, negrielectronics.com. I paid $774.50. So it's a pricey device, and they have blue in now. I got white, and I'm actually kind of partial to the blue, but they have both available now in 16 gigabyte versions. So there's 16 and 32, and I think there's a 64 gigabyte version you can pre-order as well on their site. So a lot of different options, but it is finally in the office. Enough of that aside. And special thanks to Best Buy Mobile for hooking us up with phones like this for use in our One Paw Bandit game. When you go into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. They'll help you set up your email, your web, all that stuff. So when you walk out the door, you're good to go at Best Buy Mobile. They'll be getting, obviously, the US builds whenever those launch, depending on which carrier you're with, you know, all the different launch dates. They'll be getting those in store with all the carriers, with the exception of T-Mobile and some locations in US Cellular. But this is the international version, 16 gigabytes, the one we have here in the office, and this is packing a 1.4 gigahertz quad-core Exynos processor. It's got a 4.8-inch Super AMOLED HD display, 8-megapixel camera, 2,100 milliamp hour battery. This is what the box looks like. I've already ripped it up. I was so prepared, like I've never prepared my videos, and I was so prepared and excited for this. I got scissors. I always love international devices. Genuine Samsung product, and there it is. Here is the Samsung Galaxy S3. Beautiful looking device, as you can see here, and all the plastic. Oh, we're gonna have fun ripping that plastic off. Marble white sticker, and then let's open it up here and take a look. Quickstart guide for the GTI 9300. Quickstart guide, you got your warranty card, you got your guide de prise and whatever. You got that too. And then you've got your European. This obviously would not come with the US version, but you got your Euro adapter here, which obviously you can get a US adapter if you're buying this unlocked from Negri Electronics or another reseller. But you got the earbuds, or the ear tips rather. You got your USB cable. You got headsets in the box. Hey, that's pretty nice. Got a headset with an inline volume adjuster and a mute button. All right, that's pretty cool. Then you got your big 2,100 milliamp hour battery. Because I like to stick this stuff back in the box, I'll do that later. Never mind. I'm too excited. Let's do this. Let's have some fun. I love international devices. These are always a lot of fun. So obviously, whenever the US versions come out, we'll do in-depth coverage on PhoneDog.com with those as well. But the international one, we're really excited about this one, and you can see the presence of that physical button. So the difference here, quad-core CPU on the international version. You're going to have a Snapdragon S4 CPU on the US-based versions. You're going to have a little bit more RAM on the US-based versions as well. You're going to have 2 gigabytes of RAM as opposed to 1 gigabyte on the international build. So it's interesting, you know, quad-core processor over here, maybe a little bit faster, but less RAM. S4 processor, definitely awesome in its own right, but does not have, or the US version has 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is nice. So we'll do this. I wish I had a SIM card around. That was what I was not prepared for. Man, I thought I was doing well today, but that's okay. We'll put the battery in, SIM card slot, micro SD, micro SIM card slot at that, and then there's our 2,100 milliamp hour battery. We'll close this sucker up. And you can see a nice glossy white back, 8 megapixel camera here. Got your power button on the side, your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack up top, your volume rocker over on the left side, and then of course your physical home button. Let's see if we get a, oh, that wasn't really, I'm disappointed, Samsung. That sticker was not nearly sticky enough. Might have to send it back. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to send it back. But let's power this sucker on. Front-facing camera, that's 1.9 megapixels, and then you got a beautiful 4.8-inch Super AMOLED HD display. Ice cream sandwich running on this atop what they're calling the new TouchWiz. I don't think there's a model number, at least in the meeting that we had in London. It wasn't conveyed to me that there was a model number like TouchWiz 5 or anything like that. It's just the new TouchWiz. So we're going to do English United States. We're going to start this puppy up, and let's see here. We're going to skip this and see if we can get Wi-Fi. It's turning on Wi-Fi. Bear with me here while I get us on Wi-Fi. Get that password put in for you. And let's do this. Beautiful display. And you're like, bring it back, Aaron, bring it back. Let's go to, yeah, it's connected, so let's do next. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Wi-Fi is connected, automatic date and time. We'll just do that for now. We'll wait, and then we're going to skip that for now. Samsung account. We're not even going to do a Google account. We just want to get into this thing and get it up and running. This phone belongs to Aaron Baker. So the background of the intro is they jokingly call me the mayor in my office building. So that's, if you're wondering at the intro, you're like, why in the world are they calling me the mayor? That's why. We're going to do... We're going to do no thanks to that for right now. That's a pretty good deal, 50 gigabytes on Dropbox. But you know, obviously no SIM card installed, and you can see what it looks like here. So emergency calls only, obviously, because we don't have a SIM card in just yet. But you can see kind of typical to the Samsung look and feel here. You can obviously see more of an evolutionary update to this. So take a look at the top, Wi-Fi, GPS, sound, screen rotation, power saving, and obviously you can flip back and forth between those to access. So there are a lot of cool features that I'm really looking forward to testing on this device. Excuse me. Things like the face recognition, where while you're looking at the actual device, the screen won't turn off, so it doesn't get dim like most other phones. You're reading something and you're kind of just reading and it's staying on that page, and then it gets dim and you're like, what in the world? No SIM card. Obviously software update is already available on this international version. And then we'll take a look here. You can see Wi-Fi, you can see your device stuff. Go down through settings, sound, display, wallpaper. Let's look at LED indicator and see what we can do. So you can light up the LED when it's charging, when it has a low battery. Let's do that as well. Actually, let's not do that. That's just annoying. And then missed events like text messages. And you can obviously see two capacitive buttons down here. You got your menu button, rather, your back button, and then you have home, power saving as well, application manager, a bunch of system stuff, and then you've got your home screen. So we can swipe left and right. Yeah, I know all this stuff. It's not my first rodeo with phones there, Samsung, but thank you. And then you got your 7 home screens as well. So quad-core Exynos processor, like I said, in the international build. So I'm really excited. Hopefully at some point the US ones will come in, and we can do a little bit of hands-on comparison between this one and the US version to see which one is top-notch. Obviously, we're going to load up PhoneDog on this video. PhoneDog.com. Let's get that loaded up and see what that looks like. We saw this briefly in the hands-on video that I showed you from London, but you got your tabs up here. And then over here, you've got your bookmark, your bookmarks rather, your URL, your stop, and then just incredibly smooth performance, at least from this Exynos powered device. So again, I'm excited to see what it's like when we get the S4 stuff, the S4 powered US builds in the office. But very impressive here. This is obviously the white. It comes in pebble blue as well. And then when it gets to the US, you'll have those colors in addition to AT&T's red, which will come later in the summer, according to the press release. But you've got your web page. Looks absolutely beautiful here. Let's load up a text message and see what it looks like here. Tap the button. It's giving me these nice little tips. Thank you so much. And then you've got a couple of different keyboards. Looks like out of the gate. That looks like, actually that is Samsung's keyboard. Let's see what else. Just Samsung's keyboard out of the gate, but it looks like a more refined Samsung keyboard. So historically, in the past, I've not been a huge fan of Samsung's stock keyboard, but we'll see. We'll definitely give this one a test. Oh no. Quick Brown Fox is happy that the GS3 is finally here. This has been about a week-long ordeal trying to get this sucker in the office. Then you can press and hold the home button. You've got your typical Android 4.0 looking recent apps menu here. A little bit of customization. Let's take a look at some of the, on that note, press and hold and let's see what we can do with, let's do some apps, folders, and pages. And somebody was asking several weeks ago about folders. There's what the folder looks like. We've got an unnamed folder, and it looks like from there I can add stuff to the folder. So let's see what I can do with like bringing stuff down. In the menu, you get all share play. This is, of course, an international build. Chat on. You get a couple of different game hubs, Samsung's game hub, more services. You get music player, which you can obviously see some of the icons have changed as well. And then you get apps and widgets, easy access. Now, what I like about this, it scrolls between the apps. It doesn't actually scroll over like the Galaxy Nexus directly into the widgets. That's a nice little touch. That was kind of annoyed me. I don't know why, but I can come up here and click on the widgets and then tap and hold, and obviously it'll go into the home screen. So you can see a couple of different ones here. The clock, the digital clock, for example. I don't want to do motion. This is pretty cool though. I actually will show you this. Then this is something from previous Samsung devices. So let's pull down the Gmail widget, for example, and then you can obviously scroll back and forth depending on how the device is tilted between the home screen. So a lot of different things on this. And then you've got your Gmail widget. I don't want to do that right now though, so that's not really going to make a lot of sense. Let's do the clock. Or let's do a dual clock. We'll put that on the home screen and take a look at that. So obviously London is there. I can add a secondary city. And then I've got a couple of things out of the gate. I've got this big AccuWeather widget, which it doesn't look like it's customizable in terms of size. And then a couple of things on the home screens here, like Samsung apps. And let's take a look at contacts just to see if anything's changed here, because I didn't get a whole lot of time on the London device to take a look at more of this in-depth stuff. But you can see here, typical ice cream sandwich look and feel in terms of the way the menu pops up. So we can see some different stuff here. Merge with Samsung account, merge with Google, speed dial settings, accounts, and more. And then obviously your phone application is a little bit different as well. You've got video calling, regular calling, and then of course the back button along with this and this nifty little bubble noise. I like that. It's kind of unique. That'd probably get old after a while though, but you can obviously turn that off. 7 home screens, like I said, and let's see what else we can show off on this bad boy. I don't know why I say bad boy in every single video, but this is a legitimate bad boy. This actually might be an evil boy. We're going to take this to the next level. And that, my friends, is the bad joke in the Galaxy S3 video. But you can obviously see the widgets here, and you can see how many pages of widgets you have and scroll back and forth. But I like the fact that the apps and widgets are separate, and then of course, I'm not quite sure, it looks like a download link or something. It informs me when something is downloading. That would be my guess, but we'll take a more in-depth look at that in the coming days. I'm obviously going to carry this device. This is a surprise. I'm going to shoot the video next. I'm carrying this device as part of a challenge for 30 days, so look out for that for the Galaxy S3 30-day challenge. It's the next big challenge on phonedog.com, and I'm very excited about it. Will the battery hold up? Will the screen be beautiful 15 days in? Will this device be the must-have device? We'll find out that and more in the 30-day challenge. So stay tuned for that. Lots of coverage coming on the Samsung Galaxy S3, which is arguably one of the hottest Android devices of the year. It's HTC One X and Samsung Galaxy S3 right now, at least in the Android world. So much more coverage. Keep it locked on PhoneDog for continuing coverage of this device. And obviously when the US builds come in and they're available, and retail stores will take a look at those as well and do some comparisons between that one and the international build. Keep it locked on phonedog.com. Follow me on Twitter. Ask me questions. I'd love to hear from you about the Galaxy S3. Phonedog_Aaron on Twitter, on Facebook, facebook.com/phonedog, and facebook.com/phonedogab. Hit me up on Google Plus as well, gplus.to/phonedog. And if you have this device, rank it in PhoneDog's official smartphone rankings at phonedog.com/rankings. I'm off to play around with this, do some testing, and figure out if this device is the ultimate Android device on the market right now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more coverage on the Samsung Galaxy S3.